Hi, this video is to help you complete case study learning theories assignment. And since you've completed your lesson plan, you have some instruction. And we want to look at that instruction and connect the teaching strategies that you have to the 4 fundamental learning theories. So there are 3 sections that you're going to look at. You're going to look at your teaching strategies in your case study lesson plan, and you're going to see if you can figure out which one is represented by which fundamental learning theory. So basically you have 4 choices here. So if you do group work, which one of these 4 corresponds to group work? Then in section 2, we want to see what that looks like, and so you're going to find a video that demonstrates one of those teaching strategies for that particular learning theory. So that would be a total of 4. And then you're going to defend why that teaching strategy is effective by using the concepts and vocabulary. So for example, if you did have group work, this would be corresponding to constructivism, and you would use the words in terms of constructivism to explain why group work is effective. You're going to have 4 weeks to complete this in a normal semester, 10 days in summer. Complete to La Lima assignments, and click here if you want to read about alternative ways to complete any assignments. It's graded in 3 sections, but click here for the overall scoring rubric. And basically in section 1, you need to correctly identify the 2 teaching strategies, at least 2 teaching strategies that match the learning theory. And you include teaching strategies for all of them. So that's a total of 8. So you'll have to look at your instruction and come up with 8 matches. Section 2, your teaching strategy video should accurately represent the learning strategy with an appropriate link. And there should be one for each of the 4 learning theories. So that's 4 videos. And then defending it, you identify one teaching strategy to represent the learning theory. It's accurate in your explanation with good resources where you didn't just make it up, and you use some of the theories and concepts vocab in depth, and you cover all 4 learning theories. This is the one in which you would say, hey, I'm a smart guy and I know why I am doing group work because it does this, this, and this. Okay, so this is the part where I really find out how much you really understand the theory. Here is what an A looks like with comments and no comments. And of course we're doing this because people are going to ask you, why do you do something? And when you're able to really talk about your strategies within a fundamental learning theory, that gives you the confidence to know that you are doing something effective that's been tested by research. So the way you can organize this is that you have your instruction, and you're going to copy and paste your instructional steps here. You don't have to include the whole thing, your normal one. And then you're going to identify at least 2 teaching strategies from each learning theory and write the theory at the end of that. Find a video that puts it right next to it, and then below that you would defend why it's effective. So you would want to defend one for classical conditioning, and this gives you possible teaching strategies you can look for to find videos for, and concepts and vocab that you have to use to explain and defend it. You would then do one for operant conditioning, because behaviorism has 2 parts to it. And then for learning theory, you would do the same thing. In theory number 3, you would do for constructivism, same thing. And then for social cog theory, you do the same thing. After that, you'd have a very good idea of why your instruction works. But let me show you real quick what it might look like. It looks like a lot of words, but it's really handy because we get to see it right there in the middle of it. So here's a step where the teacher begins by asking case study to explain how hokulea, sailing canoe, makes turns in the ocean, and why native Hawaiians, what they know about the ocean and wind. And this is called contextualization. It's from information processing, where if we put something into a meaningful way, then we can process it better. And then here's a video about doing information processing using a history lesson, so we can see what that looks like. So you do 2 for each one, and then below that you would do your description for why it works. Okay, so that is it, and that would be the last major assignment for the semester. So almost there.